What is up, guys? It's your boy GRC. We're coming at you live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we have a funny one today and a good one. So, I woke up early this morning and watched all the major influencers covering the Donald Trump NFTs, which are fake. So, then that made me realize that they're all dum-dums, and I'm glad I didn't follow them. So, what are we going to talk about today? How funny was that Trump commercial? Yes, I only dress like this if a president as esteemed as Donald Trump comes out with an NFT fake commercial. That's absolutely funny. It's so funny. And everyone on the internet is covering it right now, which is just a joke. It's a joke. It's such a joke. But those guys are also letting you know why you should not follow them. Or you could watch them, but don't follow their word. Scott Melker, for example, trust me, I'll bring him up. He did a whole show on NFT Trump. And if you watched him for the last year, you would have lost all your money on every centralized exchange, bought the top of Bitcoin, and cried the whole entire time. Or you could just be awesome. Even the DeFi goats are struggling right now, but come on, guys. Watch who you're paying attention to. Stay sharp. But we do. You know I don't dress like this if some funnies aren't about to occur. So we have a lot to talk about. I'm solo today, guys. Solo stream. Make sure your kids are not listening. When I'm solo and there's no one around, I slip. I get goofy. I want to say as much as I want. So if you have any kids that are extremely young, please, 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 please. I'm going to try not to use any hard curse words, and it's going to be mostly fun. But remember, I don't have kids running around, so I don't know exactly. Anyway, crypto in the morning, every single day. You already know what time it is.
You already know what time it is.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hacks and I'm making a stake. Got me some hedge on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim ready to send me to show you the way.
DeFi Pro.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to get this. Oh my gosh, my light. It switched colors on me. Zuckerberg's coming after me. All right, are we just going to stay colorful? There we go. Yeah, so guys, before we start, I want to have a message. You know, this has nothing to do with Donald J. He just got the AI work done on him. The AI, you know how the deep fakes. But now people are getting better at marketing them, and they realize now that everyone's going to listen to them. If you are watching Crypto in the Morning every day, you are not falling for nonsense like that. Even I'm not falling for that shit. Even I'm not falling for that shit, and I'm not the most tech savvy dude in the world, but we will laugh at, you know, there's a couple guys, like, I want to be honest, it kind of bugs me. These guys go on, and their channels aren't huge. Their live audiences aren't huge, but they disgust me. Why? And I go into their comments every single day, and I say, I think you need to step it up. You know how I do that step it up bull crap. This dude is on the Limpy list. You understand? Today's a funny episode. I'm going to get weird with it. But Limpy list, I think Do Kwon's on the Limpy list. That Trevor dude's on the Limpy list. And there's one more guy on it. I think Mario might be on that. But So this guy's on that limpy list. That means limp D in every way. Oh, Donald Trump NFTs, right? So cool. He's so smart, such a good Bitcoin investor that he needs to make sure his audience knows about all this bullshit, but he doesn't tell them about anything good. So he goes on telling him, "Oh, it's such a joke, all the bullshit, NFTs, blah blah blah." Meanwhile, all I realize now, this dude never even cared about his channel. He wakes up in the morning and tries to keep his channel going. But what do guys that care about their channel do? Okay, for real though. Like, I'm making jokes today, but I care about this channel a lot. And I care about the reputation that I have long term. And look at this. We're going to joke at this. Wow, people didn't even know. Even I knew. Yeah, I needed to verify, but this is so funny. If you do think this is funny, I have to know with a 1. And if you think this is out of line, 2's in the chat. So if you think this shit is just hilarious, to me, it made my morning great again. Watching Melker talk about this and watching this deep fake that even I knew, dude, he said he was better than Lincoln and Washington in like the first 2 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. It's a joke. But the masses, the 90%, they're actually covering it. So if you notice anyone covering this for real, like thinking it's legit and going through, realize that they're clueless and that they don't double check anything. I mean, it's okay to like think it's not fake for an hour or a minute, but if you're going to do more work on it, like, of course you would have to keep looking into it. It's critical. Okay. I'm not a big Republican. Like, you know me, I don't give a shit about all that stuff. Making a joke that I'm standing up for, this is me standing up for Donald J. Trump, better than Lincoln and better than Washington. And he has the nicest golf courses in the country. Let's go.
This is Donald Trump, hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln.
And if you're just getting in, this is fake. 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 This is not real. This is fake. If anyone's covering it, they're retardo. That's a different language, so that one doesn't count for push-ups. Okay? They're not in the now. They're wrecked.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump, hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. They're called Trump Digital Trading Cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. You can collect your Trump digital cards just like a baseball card or other collectibles. Here's one of the best parts. Each card comes with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you and a group of your friends at one of my beautiful golf courses, and they are beautiful. I'm also doing Zoom calls, a one-on-one meeting.
You think he's doing Zoom calls with bros for $100? Guys, dude, if you didn't know if you did not realize this was fake when he said he was better than Lincoln and Washington. And I'm not saying like whatever about the specifics there, but like he would, Donald J. Trump. And first of all, Donald J. Trump would never say dinner with him was not a legit prize. He would never say that. I know these kind of guys. He would say dinner with me is an amazing prize. So they must not understand the kind of guy, the guys that did the AI fake, they might be on the left, because he would never say that. He would never say that. He would say dinner with me, that's worth more than all these NFTs combined. That's what he would say, literally. So let's keep going. Hey, Daniel, please put this towards the new power tie, kind of like Trump's power. Is this a good tie? I have no clue. How do I look? What about here? Here's my guy, Richard Hart wrecked. Take a snapshot, Mom. That's our boy. He got wrecked. But he's a friend of the show. He doesn't talk to me. It's on Truth Social. Hey, if this is real, if you could buy the digital trading cards, all that shit, but you cannot get Donald Trump is not tied to this. Donald Trump is not involved in this. I'm pretty damn sure. And Bullish might have to pop on here and give me the tech take on that because he knows better than I do. But he kind of let me know kind of something, and I didn't read into it anymore other than like I knew it was a fake video, but I never looked at the trading cards because I'm not buying that shit. How do we find out this was fake? I'll show you after we will rewatch it one more time. I'll show you. I posted on my social, so go look at my social, and actually, I'll just tweet you over there right now. And we're gonna rewatch this one more time, and then we're gonna get serious. This episode does get serious at the end about CZ, and I'm going hard on CZ and Binance, but I wanted the first 30 minutes just to be fun. It's Friday, guys. It's a brutal bear market. If I can do anything in this world, maybe today, I think it just makes people have a better day by having some fun with this stuff. And I'm hoping nobody's investing all their money in this shit because I certainly am not. But I'd rather be a source of fun today because shit like this is funny to me. Like, this is hilarious. We'll play it one more time. I want you to share this out. This is not, I'm solo, guys. Come on. GRC's putting the team on his back, though. Are you kidding me? Biceps for GRC for once. I mean, and I want you to retweet all this stuff out, but I don't even know if I tweeted it out. But I'll show you real quick. If you're looking at the screen, look here. Look here. Very careful. This is what people do that. So first, we see a Mockasy here. Oh, no. Where did that go? Where's Omok? So if we go to Omakasy and then we scroll, actually, I should just go to mine because I retweeted it. So look, in life, guys, you find these guys that know more than you about certain stuff. And when you find that, you hit your notification bell. Okay? So when you have a notification bell on guys that are smarter than you, generally their mainstream line of thinking is going to be more critical about nuanced topics that you want to learn. And then look what pops up in the morning. You go to all your friends that are smarter than you. So someone, and I say smarter, I mean like these guys have experience doing a million things. Someone deepfaked a former U.S. president to sell NFTs. LMFAO influencers are upping the ante to NatSec level. This should be fun to watch. You should go to OMAC right now, and you should hit the like and subscribe button. I mean the follow button. And you should hit notification bell. He's a fun dude. He's a different kind of guy, though. I don't take him for everything, but he's just having fun most of the time, it seems like. But he loves to give real, like when he says info, it's usually funny but true. So the bottom, Goblin Town, guys, we're in Goblin Town. Biceps, if you love Goblin Town, I was born, raised, I was fueled by Goblin Town. Let's watch this one more time, guys. I want you to share this out. If you're enjoying the stream, send me super chat, share it out, hit the like, bell, all the things that help the channel, guys. I'm trying to do the channel as good as I can for the news on Fridays, because news on Fridays is how we make the world a better place again. But I got to get rid of these other guys. Like, I have to get big enough where at least some of these other guys that are just completely bullshitters, like BTC Maxis, not talking about baloney. They're the new CNN. They're the new whatever news outlets. And let's hope that a couple of the good ones kind of squeeze through and shine so that there can be a nice place for people to get real information rather than, sheep, 90% absolute brainwash bullcrap. Because even the smartest Bitcoin investors are doing videos about Donald Trump saying this is real and oh my God, Trump. You know how many people on the Democratic Party are like, look at Trump, how he's ruining his chances. Like, he had nothing to do with this. Learn. Remember I said this is a battle on information? You need to learn. You need to know why this is fake. That's why I'm showing it. It is funny, though. It's really funny.
Donald Trump, hopefully.
So we'll go one more time with
president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington.
I cannot let that line slip. You have to listen to that line very closely. Better than Lincoln doubles down with better than Washington. Big balls.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump. Hopefully, your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here.
And to be honest, you should have known it was fake then. Like, that's when anyone with a brain, some circuit was like, why would he say that and phrase that
Hello,
like that?
everyone.
I'm gonna let
This
it
is
play. I
Donald
swear.
Trump. Hopefully, your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. They're called Trump Digital Trading Cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. You can collect your Trump digital cards just like a baseball card or other collectibles. Here's one of the best parts. Each card comes with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you and a group of your friends at one of my beautiful golf courses, and they are beautiful. I'm also doing Zoom calls, a one-on-one meeting, autographing memorabilia, and so much more. We're doing a lot. My official Trump digital trading cards are $99, which doesn't sound like very much for what you're getting. Buy one and you will join a very exclusive community. It's my community, and I think it's something you're going to like, and you're going to like it a lot. They also...
When are people going to read the fine print? You must read the fine print. And I don't know if I shouted out the super chat. I just said thank you. Please put this towards the power tie, kind of like Trump. I need a power tie. I need a power tie ASAP. All right, guys. So I want to be done with the funnies. I don't think you should be purchasing these things. I don't like these things. God, my lighting is so wrecked. Why is it wrecked? Whatever. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I would not be playing with that Donald Trump AI Trump cards. Although if he came out with something, because when it came out or when I heard about it, I'm like, oh, if this is real, it's going to break Ethereum gas fees. And then I realized it wasn't real because I just paid attention for a couple minutes. And crazy stuff. Read the fine print, guys. Read the fine print. Don't be a pleb. Let's get into, goddamn, something's wrong with my lighting and it's effing with me. But we got a bunch to do today. We're going to be talking CZ and Binance and Kevin O'Leary right away, right now. It's going to get serious. But first, we have to do one run through Twitter to show you guys what I've been all over Twitter, and it's been a little out of control. I have to get off of Twitter. Okay. Here's your boy GRC. First person ever to cover Jack. Zen Crypto. We all know that already. It's irrelevant. So here's this deep fake. So if you want to go into, people forget to read the main ingredients right here. Let's look at this. Your chances of winning. Click here for details on how to get this sweepstakes without making a purchase. Voids were prohibited. Open to legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 years or older. Age and majority. Entry requests availability beginning on 11/28/2022 at 12:01 until 1/18/2023 at 11:59. You must, so if you read all the details, NFT, here we go. Here's the detail. NFT LLC is not owned, managed, or controlled by Donald J. Trump, the Trump Organization, CIC Digital, LLC, or any of the respective principals or affiliates. Guys, stop being a pleb. Yeah, everyone did. The whole world got. Yeah, I know it wasn't on ETH. Was it on an EVM compatible chain? Was it on Polygon? I didn't even look. Is it on Polygon? But as you can see, I'm right. Everyone else is wrong, and I'm right on this one. Is because look, read, understand, document. I've read so many documents for research papers in my life. All you have to do is usually read one of the sentences. NFTs INT LLC is not owned, managed, or controlled by Donald J. Trump, the Trump Organization, CIC Digital LLC, or any. So that's why I was assuming he's not even associated with this in any way, and the whole video was fake. So I just made, like, after Bullish, if Bullish comes on here, let's see what these guys are saying. Or is this lawyer jargon to allow another scam that doesn't get him caught up? I've been calling a rug no connection. Oh, okay. I'm calling rug no connection to Daddy D Dog, but then again, who knows? I've been surprised. I guess we could be either way on this, guys. So let's not get it twisted. I guess I could be wrong on this too, because I guess I could be legalese. And Hexicans know all about legalese. They're the smartest of legalese in the world. And now that he says it on the end of it, I could see how I don't think Trump's this, like, I see him doing this, but the video made no sense. That's why I was like, Trump would never say that shit. Like, this is not how he would do it. Why would he have said Lincoln and Washington? Like, why is he flexing on dead old presidents? Like, it's just, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm not playing the stupid shit. I'm not having 555 Stager syndrome or whatever. Like, I'm not, I just want to stay even in the middle, chill. But CZ, I want ones in the chat for Team CZ, twos in the chat for Team Kevin O'Leary. So you have to pick one. So if you're CZ 1, Kevin O'Leary's 2, this is going to get heated, guys. This is all Binance CEO CZ response after Kevin O'Leary testimony about SBF. This was this morning, I'm pretty sure. Like, and this is crazy shit. So I want to listen to this. I haven't listened to this yet, and I will be commenting on it. Not how the world works. What how the world works? Everyone, even though it's a fake vid, the collection is actually on OpenSea. Yeah, I know it's on OpenSea. I could put a collection on OpenSea, and I know, Matt, anyone could put a collection on OpenSea and write Donald Trump over top of it, and then tell everyone it has value because of a bunch of commercial. And then everyone's sitting there like, I'm not saying if Donald Trump has something to do with this, it's going to be extremely valuable if it's not banned or whatever. But cheers, guys. What's the cup say? Brian Head. Who's been? Anyone been? All right. Let's this is crazy. What do you guys think about CZ and Binance? And I think Kevin O'Leary's being a little bit of a scumbag, but I'm not sure. I'm still not sold on everything that CZ says, but like, he seems like the savior of crypto, which is odd. It's like, is CZ really the savior of crypto? I don't know. But Binance has more trading volume than everything put together times 5. I'm just saying that. I don't know the actual numbers, but if you look at any analytics chart on it, unless they've changed all of them somehow, Binance is just 3x everything else, trading volume wise, and like every metric. Cheap fees, every US, it's crazy. So that's why this is important to me. I'm not trying to get into, I'm not a big FUD guy. Like, I don't really care about their personalities, but I need to get to the bottom of this. So if you want to know, these are the hottest takes from the last like 12 hours. And I want to know what you guys think in the chat. Please, I'm by myself today. So if you could correct me, leave me a little note, a little pointer, if you know something that I don't, I can only study so much in the morning. And no one's paying me for this stuff. And frankly, it's freaking pain in the ass half the time, but I love it. But anyway, biceps in the chat for Sam Stolten Bullishocks. That's for certain. And I'll be showing you guys my thumbnail progression as we go on later today too. Don't you get it twisted. I might be on for another hour today covering nothing but the latest, hottest. And if anything pops off live, I'm going straight to it.
I think you just see the overall market is quite edgy, right? Everyone's really concerned. Everyone's really worried. My psychology just works like that. At certain times, everybody feels the same way, and they get affected by the other people, what we call market sentiment.
Did Kevin O'Leary ever try to invest into Binance? And also, if Washington ever called you down to come down and talk about cryptocurrency, would you?
I don't think we have any commercial relationship with him, no investments either way, etc. I didn't really know who he was until I think we were actually on a panel together in the Dubai conference we organized last year, actually early this year, I think in March this year. And that was to the extent of our interactions, in my belief.
Do you have any idea as to why certain people, organizations, which don't seem to be direct competitors to you guys, would have an agenda?
So interestingly, somebody else asked me this question before too. It's like, wait a second, isn't Sam already gone, and why are this guys still writing FUD about Binance? I don't know. So there's a few possible explanations, right? They may have already been paid already in full, so they need to carry out their end of the service just for their credibility, honor, or whatever contractual obligations. There may be other people who are pissed off that we somehow destroyed their source of revenue or source of income, so they're still attacking us. There's many different possibilities. At the end of the day, we don't know. We don't really try to spend time on it. We try to keep our platform solid. So I think those things people may be curious about, but as long as we keep our product and platform solid and make sure that we run a very good platform, those things will die eventually, right? So they may be pissed off at us for whatever reason. Look, if you have a newspaper that got $43 million of funding from the guy, and somehow those guys may have a perception that we caused them to lose that source of fund, and they may continue to attack us. So I don't know. What can we do? Number one, we didn't cause the problems they had. We were not part of it. We never really attacked other industry players. We just wanted to sell some tokens that we got. Nothing wrong with that, I hope.
Yeah.
And that was it. So now all we focus on is just how to build. We always focus on ourselves, how to make sure that we provide the best product services. We're totally solid. We have no backups on withdrawals, deposits. Everything works smoothly. So that's all we care about. Is there any risk if we fail? As long as we fail honorably, like credibly, we let people withdraw their funds. The company ran out of money. That's okay, right? So then people don't get hurt. In the case of FTX, they took customers' money away, and that hurt a lot of people. That kind of failures have an outsized impact than their own failure. If a small exchange fails and returns customer assets, that's fine. It's not a big issue.
On Tuesday, jittery investors withdrew more than $1 billion from Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. Hours later,
Guys, timeline, okay? Let's timeline check it. This was Tuesday. Remember the bank run on Tuesday? Everyone was dipping out of Binance Exchange with all their liquid Bitcoin, I think. There was Bitcoin flying out of there. And that's what a bank run is. A bank run is when everyone leaves at the same time. So for the younger guys, a bank run would be when everyone goes to the door at the same time. And certain platforms don't really have the capacity, but I guess it worked out in this case. So that was Tuesday. Now let's keep going, because we're going all the way through this. So if you're watching this show, this is going to be a full timeline of the O'Leary Binance CZ debacle. We know that FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is in prison right now. And I had someone on the channel, Chad Marks. He spent 19 years in the most brutal federal prisons in the United States of America. And I'm going to try to get him back on to do a full take on SBF. He's a jailhouse lawyer and has a consulting firm now. And he's been out of jail for 2 years. He's a friend of mine now, I guess, kind of. And he's been on the show a couple times. So we're gonna get to the bottom of that. And I think we're having Buck and Fiat and Dylan on. I think that might be later this week or later today. It's probably me that's not paying attention to that. So I need to start paying attention to everyone, and anyone who wants to do a pre-recorded video with me and Sam that we can post on the channel, please DM me. I have to do like 10 or 12 pre-recorded videos I'm going on a vacation in January. So if you want to make a video and have an awesome topic, please DM me on Twitter or Telegram or Instagram. Okay, that would be nice, because I want to make some videos so I can spend a few of the mornings just in the chat. Would be nice, but I want them to be really good. So let's get back to this, guys. We're going through the full timeline. This was Tuesday, remember? Tuesday.
CZ sent a memo to...
Not a big issue.
On Tuesday, jittery investors withdrew more than $1 billion from Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. Hours later, CZ sent a memo to staffers where he attempted to relieve market fears in the aftermath of FTX's implosion. CZ says Binance will survive any crypto winter, and despite Tuesday's withdrawals, marking the biggest single-day withdrawal the exchange has seen since June.
There has always been this concept for January 3rd, everyone should withdraw their money from the exchanges, etc. I think that's actually a very good idea. But in practice, there was a lot of FUD yesterday over the last 48 hours or so. People say, look, there was billions net withdrawals from Binance. Guess what? That's less than 2% of the assets on Binance, right? So it's actually quite hard to get people to move. So it's very difficult to do this test. There's many different reasons. Number one, it costs money to do this, right? So for 130 million users, and each have multiple different assets. So I don't know what the average is, probably 10, 20 different assets. For people to withdraw all of that, that would be like 1 billion transactions. Each transaction costs $10, right? So that's going to be a lot of money. So practically, you can't do it to any meaningful sense. I think Michael Saylor said it best. There is no second place. In a decentralized world, you're free to choose whichever platform you want to use. And most platforms are global, other than US, right? So most platforms are global. Why would you choose to use a second place exchange where yes, probably second grade security practices, second amount of investments in security teams, security infrastructure, etc. The second investment, the second number of users using it, the second selection of available coins to trade on, the second reputation in the industry, etc. Why would people choose that instead of go for the first place? So look, Binance, given our scale, we're able to invest heavily on security. We have stood the test of time multiple times. We're attacked all the time by fraud, by this and that. So we earn that trust. So why wouldn't people come to us? So why would people spread out, etc.? So when people look at the industry holistically, they say, hey, look, Binance is too large. But if you look at Uniswap, Uniswap has 70% of the DeFi trading volume by value, by trading.
Guys, let's get into it. This is critical. Whose Telegram? I hope it wasn't mine. I haven't looked at Telegram in a while. CZ said they'd survive. So did Mashinsky. So did SBO. Everyone says they'll survive. But it's an exchange. And remember, his name is also tied to Binance, the layer 1 blockchain. And I mean, at what point can the biggest blockchain get taken out? So this one's the biggest. And it has the centralized exchange. And he's coming out and doing all this. But listen to what he's saying. A third or 2/3 of the USD volume, that means the amount of money, is in Uniswap. I talk about Uniswap every single day. I tell people for free every day how to take their assets and use decentralized, amazing technology to provide liquidity and earn fees. Fees cost a lot, right? And no one knows how to provide liquidity, right? So you make a lot of money when you do it. Not a lot. I mean, comparatively to other things is what I mean. I think Sam can earn 4 or 5% on his bag in a day if he's paying attention. But I mean, obviously full range, it doesn't matter. We're not talking about that right now, but this is critical that you understand how all of these things work. Transaction volume versus transaction number within 24 hours of users. It makes a lot of difference. But why? Ethereum's more popular, but more expensive. So everyone in a different class of investor, maybe a little less, would like to use Binance. It's an easier way to start. But then, of course, it grows from there. So whatever. Let's get back into this. But this is an important point that he's bringing up. He's telling you how a lot of this stuff works. Whether or not he's a lying piece of garbage, I want to know. Put a bicep in the chat if you think he's a lying piece of garbage. But I don't want to see a bicep if you don't think he's a lying piece of garbage. I want to know.
So I don't know what the average is, probably 10, 20 different assets. For people to withdraw all of that, that would be like 1 billion transactions. Each transaction costs $10, right? So that's going to be a lot of money. So practically, you can't do it to any meaningful sense. I think Michael Saylor said it best. There is no second place. in a decentralized world, you're free to choose whichever platform you want to use. And most platforms are global, other than US, right? So most platforms are global. Why would you choose to use a second place exchange where yes, probably second grade security practices, second amount of investments in security teams, security infrastructure, etc. The second investment, the second number of users using it, the second selection of available coins to trade on, the second reputation in the industry, etc. Why would people choose that instead of go for the first place? So look, Binance, given our scale, we're able to invest heavily on security. We have stood the test of time multiple times. We're attacked all the time by fraud, by this and that. So we earn that trust. So why wouldn't people come to us? So why would people spread out, etc.? So when people look at the industry holistically, they say, hey, look, Binance is too large. But if you look at Uniswap has 70% of the DeFi trading volume by trading value. Pancake probably has more daily active users, but the high value stuff trade on Uniswap. So why doesn't people use some other thing? Because there's liquidity there. So in a free market, there is network effect. There is people moving to the first place. So that naturally happens. Does that mean there's no room for somebody to innovate better? No, there's no restrictions on somebody building a better exchange. There's no restrictions on somebody building a better Uniswap or better swap. I think Pancake's trying that. A bunch of other people are trying that. When people do, those other new platforms will take over. But people generalize. So people get hurt by one exchange and they lost money there and they generalize that. And that's just human behavior. So that's fine, right? So people want to withdraw their funds from Binance. Great, they can do it. It's their freedom. Later on, when they want to trade, they will deposit back. That's their freedom. And we hold crypto reserves and cash reserves one-to-one. We hold user asset reserves one-to-one. There's no amount of FUD. There's no amount of withdrawal that will put us under pressure.
CZ goes on to address the issue of people and organizations with an agenda against Binance, stating that he...
A little shout out to PulseX wouldn't have hurt right there, CZ. He wanted to. It was on the tip of his tongue. I promise you. I promise you. It's right on the tip of his tongue. He was like, Pulse. Oh, I shouldn't talk about, like he's like, I sacked. Look at this guy right here. He sacrificed. This dude's a Chad Thunder. Absolute. Hide your chick from this guy. My God.
He doesn't know why they have one, but believes it may be because they lost a source of revenue due to the FTX collapse. He acknowledges the historic moment in crypto we're currently in and assures users of the resiliency of Binance. Following Sam Bankman-Fried's arrest on Monday, as well as Kevin O'Leary's testimony the following day, there's been a...
And guys, we covered the full testimony on this channel. So if you... I'm sorry. If you like that kind of sauce, we covered the whole entire Congress meeting. It was really good. It was actually, frankly, extremely. If you're interested in how much those guys know, they're learning quick, man. They're learning about decentralized finance, software loop, like distribution patterns in crypto, why that's so important, where the valuation comes from, Uniswap V3 liquidity providing. They're learning it all quick, and they're pissed. And it's interesting. But that actor dude was a piece of crap. If I ever see that dude, he's getting a freaking shot to the face with a knuckle sandwich and then a little pat on the Sally, as we say.
When Fried's arrest on Monday, as well as Kevin O'Leary's testimony the following day, there's been a significant shift in market sentiment as questions still loom over the timing of Sam Bankman's arrest and why he ended up not testifying the next day. We'll be keeping an eye on this. What do you think about CZ's interview on the state of the crypto market heading into 2023? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.
Oh, I'm muted. Damn it. What do you guys think about that? How you feel about that? Pretty interesting. Let's get straight into O'Leary's response this morning. Period. End of story. 1 hour ago, CNBC, Kevin O'Leary. People are coming at him so hard. All of the pleb, what do you call them? The guys like me that do it for money and have a boss. I can't think of them. anchors. I guess they're called anchors or spokespeople. What are they called? Anchors, anchorman, right? Whatever they're called. They are so excited to poke their $97,000 they made this year. They're so excited to poke at Kevin O'Leary and CZ and all these guys and Elon. Just remember, O'Leary is a businessman. And he never, ever said he was anything but, and he wants his money back. Guys like that want their money back. They don't care if it's tomorrow. He's pissed. He feels like he got duped, and that's what he does. He does investing. So when people like that feel duped, they get pissed. And in this case, he's going to S on SBF's Limpy because he wants to get a premium back. Guys like that, they want their money back. And it doesn't matter. I'm not saying he wants it first. I'm not saying he doesn't want other guys to get their money back. He does not want to lose because it hurts his ego and his pride. So, but he is frankly on a tear right now. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'd like to know in the chat if you think it's good in the chat. Like, do you like O'Leary? Do you think he's like kind of helping the cause, being that he's like speaking up for crypto at least? And then what do you, because he is kind of speaking up for all of us all the time. Like, oh yeah, it has to be regulated. But I'm like, dude, it's better than them saying new. I don't know what they'll say. I don't know what the best move is. What is the best move? Is it better just to make it like illegal? Like, would we all just be better off if the US and we could just do whatever anyway? Like, what's the best play? Like, it feels like the US is going to want this because of control. If you want control, and that's what they all want, that you need to have the biggest bag. And right now, Binance is singing sweet praises on top of the hillside and just saying there's nothing going on. I'm the savior of crypto. And I'm sure that O'Leary does not want CZ to be the savior of crypto, but he's also being a douche and just lying about him constantly. But I want to know the truth.
FTX Super Bowl commercial. Tom Brady took on his role as a spokesman of sorts for the company. You're a spokesman for the sorts of the company. Not of sorts, but were. It's funny. I don't know if it's funny. Some people wouldn't expect a Larry David or a Tom Brady, maybe fairly or unfairly, to either have known or understood or necessarily done all the diligence that they should have done.
Well, let me tell you why.
But they look at you and they think that you should have.
Well, that's interesting to differentiate me. I can tell you he's a better quarterback than I am. So there's things we do differently. But let me tell you what the theory was.
Electric response. What an electric response. Oh my God. This dude is on a regimen. 100%. He's locked and loaded. Whatever mission he's on, that mission has a guy because he's locked in. That response, I'll let it play through.
That you should have.
Well, that's interesting to differentiate me. I can tell you he's a better quarterback than I am. So there's things we do differently. But let me tell you what the theory was and why Sam Bankman-Fried was hiring all these people. He was very jealous of the accounts that Coinbase had, and he wanted to figure out how to build a retail base quickly. And so it's not crazy what he did. Putting his name on an arena makes sense if you can make a brand become ubiquitous in America so that you can try and get more consumers to build that base. Maybe jealous isn't the right word, but he said they started 3 years earlier and they were way ahead of him, and he wanted to catch up. And that was the way to do it. So it's not a crazy theory. Companies advertise and they do it this way. Now, obviously, none of us would have wanted to be in this mess if we could have avoided it, but we just didn't know. And frankly, venture investing is, you can do all the due diligence you want. You're still going to get 8 out of 10 go to 0. That's been the stats since 1954 when they first started covering it in Boston. Right. So at the end of the day, that's the nature of investing this way. It's risky.
Just one question about the creditors, just your opinion on it, since you're trying to get on the creditors committee. If they do recover money, that money that goes back, what should the order of the creditors be? Who should get paid back first? The people who actually lost their money that they were asking them to hold, or contractors and spokespeople? Like, where should that fall in your opinion?
My opinion about this is, when you become an advocate for getting it back on a credit committee, you take care of the small people first, the people that lost their money I don't mean small people. I mean people that diminishment amounts inside their accounts, they're hurt the most. And so it's not that the shareholders, of which I'm included, I'm in both of these groups. I don't think we should get anything back. We're venture investors. We're big boys. We lost our money. We understand it. I don't want anything back.
And I think I was alluding to that a little bit earlier. I don't think these guys care about getting their money back right away. That's not really how it works. It's about pride. And it's about, now it's a social thing, a social media thing, and he's going to stand up for it because I get it at a minimum, but he would probably rather everyone else get their money back. It's about image, power, control, education. He knows this stuff. They all know this stuff deep, So O'Leary's an idiot for investing, but he's just doing what he does. He knows that it's innovative. He was trusting the little Jew boy, fat little Camry driver, trustworthy looking dude. The whole thing, he got duped and he's pissed. But I think that was a good comment by him to say, of course he would want. And I think that would be the truth, frankly. I think the truth would be he would want the investors, the average Joe, to get their money back. Why? Because that's all about image to these guys. They're going for, this is their last shot. This bro's not going to be on the planet for that much longer without vampire, witchcraft, voodoo, which we know happens these days. It's critical to understand that, all that voodoo shit kind of happens nowadays. These guys will stay alive till 650 and they'll be on a test tube of a bunch of goat blood. But let's be honest, this dude's been in business for a long time. This is his final hurrah. This is his final bang. Crypto, innovation, everything. 5 years, 10 years, he's going to go balls deep. I'd love to know what his regimen is, frankly.
There until the people that had money in the accounts get theirs back. That just seems back there until the people that had money in the accounts get theirs back. That just seems fair. And I really, because we know as venture investors, we're going to get it wrong 80% of the time. And here's another one. But there's something wrong with sweeping somebody's account of their assets. Where is that money? That's the question I have, and everybody on the committee is going to want the same answer. And so does John Ray, where this is a classic case, and he said it himself this week in front of the Senate too. This is just follow the money.
Yeah, I think he's pissed. I think he wants to know where the money is at this point, and I think he wants to, the dude's in jail, SBF's in jail. So, kind of speaks for itself when, you know what I mean? To a degree, you have to understand that. You have to understand the markets right now are completely 100% destroyed. 99% of the YouTubers have not a effing clue what they're doing. And everyone wants you to buy their products, right? But how do you decipher? I'll tell you exactly how you decipher right now through all this garbage. Immutable, trustless software hosted on the internet with your own keys, your own coins, and you wait for bear market to end. It can be different things, guys, but at the end of the day, you need self-custody, immutable software, and at some point, you need to have a trusted founder or a community leadership situation. And that's it, right? And I'll give you the examples right now that everyone likes, right? Ethereum, first example. Do I think Ethereum's a security? Yes. Or will it be labeled a security? Yes. And it in my take, yes, but that doesn't really matter, right? Because what do we have? Innovation. We have innovation, right? What currency will survive at the end of the day? I will show you right now. Do you guys think Elon Musk is a smart guy? I think Elon Musk is a smart guy, right? And on Instagram, I gave him a little shout out for being a goat. And I want to show it right here. I don't screen share IG so much, so I'm trying to be careful. All right, let's go to me. Here's a good song, Damn Homie. Great song. This is the tweet. Few understand. We should look at currencies from an information theory standpoint. Damn it. Is it really not? Really? A little timer. We should look at currencies from an information. We should look at currencies from an information theory standpoint. Whichever has the least error and latency will win. And I think that is the truth. That's my truth. And you might not be able to see this shit. I don't screen share. I didn't know if it would. It doesn't let you change the size of the thing. Anyway, if you want to follow me on IG, Jim Rat Crypto. But seriously, this is critical. If you don't understand that, you should start figuring out how to understand that. And I think it's true. Let's look at the markets real quick before we get into any more news, because it's bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. And even the DeFi guys are starting to get hurt. Like, yeah, all the sex dudes got ran through, like a Becky on spring break, freshman year, like Scott Melker, like all these guys. Kevin, what's Kevin? Sam hates that guy now. Kevin, shit for brains over talking about whatever, real estate. All these guys have lost all their money in crypto, literally, that they had invested in it. And all they had to do was keep Bitcoin and Ethereum and their own custody. Think about that. Let's say at a minimum, the worst case scenario, if you had your own custody and had Ethereum and Bitcoin only, was absolute the best option. But we all knew that, right? We all knew that in crypto, because these have more liquidity, so much liquidity. The downside is going to be much more hedged, rather than some of the like Zen, Hex, Hedron, anything with under 20 million in liquidity in it and over $1 million. You know, they're going to move down more. People are going to go there first because they're new. They lose faith for a million different reasons. There's other things that come out. But at the end of the day, they survive because they exist and they don't stop, and they have uptime, 100% uptime, and they don't go down. And it's so critical that everyone understands this moving forward. You need to have custody over your shit. And if you listen to me, let's say you listen to me and just had these coins, you'd just still be in the game. Like, what game are you out of right now? Like, you have a $1,200 Ethereum. Incredible. And let's be honest, a $17,000 Bitcoin. Also very incredible. Like, that alone, people think 3 cent hex is like, oh yeah, hex is down. Dude, 3 cent hex is a big deal. It's a huge deal. Just last year, 3 cent hex was undescribably, maybe not last year, maybe like 600 days ago, 2 years-ish, undescribably impossible that hex would ever go past 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent. And it is important to remember that stuff. Like, I'm not saying that I haven't been critical about hex and RH and all that stuff, but it's important. RH understood the rules long before other people understood the rules. That doesn't mean but he came out with an immutable product. That's the important part. And then everyone gets mad when Jack LaVenne comes out with a mutable product, but I like them both. Why? Because they're immutable products. But what is the difference between them? One has a distribution pattern that is meant to keep the system at a certain inflation rate and make it more acceptable to everyone to have a fair shot. And the other one is more so a store of value asset that you get in early. You're probably going to get a better deal, but you can earn trustless yield and you don't lose your keys and you don't go to zero. And there's a lot good about that. And I have a big hex, not a big one compared to the rich dudes, but I have a hex stake coming out in January. And I think that was the first one that I'll ever like really have made money on. And it was, that's cool, right? That's cool. Like, that still exists. Like, that's going to come out and I could sell it. I don't care what the fucking price is or whatever. You know, I mean, I can sell it. I can restake it. I can do whatever. And then when my Zen stuff comes out, I have it. And in very low valuation ways to make a lot of money in crypto. And you don't have, it's not out of, you're not going to be a billionaire overnight or whatever you want. Like, that's not how rich people get money, dude. Like, no, rich people get money by hustling and figuring shit out and being the smartest dude in the room. But they're not the most effort in the room generally, but still a lot of effort. So as we go forward in this journey, guys, just remember, if you are still in Goblin Town, you are a real goat and you're going to be wealthy. if you don't sell all your shit. Okay, because most people sell all their shit and then they're like, oh, it just went up 300%. I can't buy back. Hope it goes back down. But it's going to be a God candle on Bitcoin. Just like this. I'll show you. Let's go in. Let's go in. You know, I don't like TA because it's absolute disgusting bullshit. But it's we can look at the past to figure some stuff out. Shit. I don't look at nomics. How do you make the chart look good? So all-time chart. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. It's fucked. So if we were chilling over here, and you remember, on one day, like it just went from 17K all the way to 22K, and it never went back. So it did a big 25% God candle, and it never went back. When those guys are ready to buy back in, they're going to buy, and they're going to sit, and they're going to wait, and they're lethal, and they're patient, and they have so much money they don't care. So it's important that we remember that. What's the hex price looking like these days? Are we at over 2.5? 24984. You got to think this thing is going to go 99% from the top at some point. So whatever 99% from the top is, that's my call. So someone do the math for me on that in the chat. 99% from the top. And I still think we'll go back and hit all-time highs. Of course. If something crazy like illegal or some legislation doesn't come through or something of this nature. Sorry, I got to close my windows wide open and the sun just started shining through. That's a big pain in my butt. Let me just see if my desk will move. All right, that's better. Okay. So, yeah. What's our boy Hedron doing? My Hedron and Icosa stakes are still locked and loaded. And my 10x bonuses. Oof! Wrecked. Look at everything. Oh! Oh my God. I might actually have to get my debit card out today. My God. Holy smokes. Yeah, but that yield though, that yield and that yield pool is so saucy. I can't help it. I can't help it. But I love these products too. See what that maxi premium is looking like. I sold all my maxi at 11 cents like forever ago. But all right, so we're if we're at 2.4, we're at 66% premium on maxi. Not bad. A little quick maps for you. Or 160%, however you would describe it. What else do we look at? Zen. A wreck is Zen. And Zen's just like new. Guys, if you look at the Zen chart, whoops, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's so bad forever. The truth is of the matter, every Zen mint that I've had is profitable. Zen is super crazy, super insane, like super simple. And Jack's going super hard. And it's crazy, like to watch Jack like go into work mode, and not saying he's aggressive in any way, because he's not, but he's one of the guys that I watch, you know, just like Richard, Elon, all these guys that you kind of pay attention to. It's fun to watch them work, and make sure you mint some Zen and put it out full day. It's only a couple bucks a mint on Sundays, usually Saturdays. It's usually like $3.50 per VMU, which is one transaction on Saturdays or Sunday nights or whenever, if you can find it. And then you push it out max days, you'll probably get around 11 to 20 million in 440 days. I think that's the max-ish. So if you want 22 million Zen for $3, then roughly, then you can get that in 412 days for $3. And right now, I think the price of 22 million Zen would probably be like $40. Imagine in 418 days what the fuck it is. My mom's first Zen mint was profitable. Clip it. Send it to the hills. Let's get back into it. But I love all my peoples. It's a bear market. We got to stand together if possible. We got to stand together. And, you know, a way that I stand together with people sometimes is comedy. Like, what am I supposed to do sometimes? I'm not going to build a new supercar for everyone to drive, but I like to keep it light and keep it funny in the bear market. It makes everyone's day better. So I just, like, for example, I took up taking my own thumbnails 3 or 5 days ago now, or 6 days ago or something. And it's been really fun. And I'm poking fun at people and making a little jokes, but it's nothing serious. Like Corey Costa got added to this one. Who knows why? Who knows why? I saw Corey's face in the same picture as this one, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to crop him out because Corey's an absolute Brooklyn gangster, and I love Corey. And here's Sam Stoll and Classic Jack and The Final Sacrifice. And this started as a fiat meme. And then I'm doing a show with fiat, so that one still might come back. But, we're just talking, having a good time. If you want to support me and support the channel, I think retweeting this would be very friendly to me. And I'm trying to make funny thumbnails, and I'm just going to keep doing it until I'm really good at it. I think about 2 weeks, I'll be like almost semi-pro if I spend about 2 hours a day on it. It's not, they make it really easy on you if you get into it. So it's nothing super impressive, but I try to keep it light, keep it funny, not get absolutely crazy negative. Like a lot of these guys come at me, like this dude Trevor, like who the F is this Trevor guy? He is the virgin of the decade. Like every time I say anything funny about him, he just loses it and says some like corny ass like shit. And I'm just like, bro, just block me. Like seriously. Stop with the craziness. It's a bear market. You got to be chill with it. You got to be cool. Guys, I want to talk about this though. Alex, you guys know this guy? If you know this guy, 1 in the chat. If you have no idea who this guy is, 2's in the chat. I actually want to know because a lot of people really respect and appreciate this guy, and I do as well. So this is Alex. He's been on the show before. If you want to look up in the search bar, you can find it. Make sure you smash a like too. Hey, everyone, real quick before I get into Alex more, please smash the like button. Please hit the bell notification. Please support your boy. If you actually like the channel and like what I'm doing, please help me as much as you possibly can with all the buttons because I'm kind of just going all in on it. I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm going to do a detailed, clinical, good job at covering this stuff. I'm going to make sure of that. That's for certain. So here's a really good thread with that we have here. This is a great one. Oh my God, so many dudes like and respect, and women, of course, like and respect this man. And it doesn't surprise me because I like and respect it. It surprises me that people care so much. But I think the tides are turning. We need more guys. I can only do so much, guys. I don't know. I'm not the most perfect dude at everything, right? Like I don't want to be hexes and hedrons and zens like person. Like I just want to cover what I like. And then he has a product, right? Like Hedron, which I really like, but I can't be like a full-time Hedron dude. That makes no sense. So what? So he's talking about doing his own channel. You know what? I'm going to send him a miracle StreamYard link right now. Oh, maybe we can do a retweet party and see if he'll do it. All right, so let's get into the thread. Baltimore versus Cleveland. Oh, what a disgusting promotion right on his screen. That's disgusting. All right, so this is big time. Nearly 1K likes. You guys win. It's going to take some time in getting set up, but I'll do it. I'll do your thumbnails every day for free. Why not? So I'm going to comment that right now and post a StreamYard link, and everyone retweet the crap out of it and see if he jumps in here. Because I spam this dude all the time. Frankly, ignores me all the time. But I don't, that's not his job to be on my shit. We're going to retweet this and, shit. Let me stop sharing this real quick so I can message him. That would be critical that I stop sharing this. All right, let me message him real quick. Send him a link. I'm going to say, all my peeps want you to join. Say 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Everybody DM him. Say, join Jim Rat's link. He might not like me because of my I don't know. He probably just busy as fuck. Like everyone is. I'm super busy too, but I just stream all the time, so it kind of works out. So, but here, this is the tweet that mattered, guys, and I'm sorry if I'm getting all over the place. This is the tweet that mattered. The sun's shining in my face again. I'm considering starting some sort of regular live stream, mostly just talking about crypto industry in general. I don't think there are enough voices trying to get unbiased out there, that not that I am perfect, but I try. Thoughts? Oh, I have my thoughts on that. You know GRC had his thoughts on that. I posted it right below. Let's check it out. Oh, there he is. Keyword unbiased. It's a rough road being honest to peeps, but if you stand for what you believe in strong, it's all Gucci, Gucci. Most men say too much, and it undercuts their long-term success. So for any of you people thinking about streaming in here, one thing that I've noticed, first of all, I don't accept money and do any of that shit because I'm scared to death of it all. So I just try to stay away from all that. But I see the really successful guys out there, the guys that really are going to shoot for the stars in the next 10 years. But you want to have streaming be a part of that for some reason. Don't say too much. You can be truthful and honest, but don't say too much. Some information does not belong in the hands of very smart people on the internet that don't always have the best intentions down the stream. So generally what happens is these guys tell all their secrets and before they're popular. And then they become popular and all their secrets are online. And guys like me are like, I watched all that shit 100 times. And that's why, I really do like Andrew Tate and some of the funny messages that he puts up, but I think he's done too much shit in his past. I don't think, when I say total global respect, I don't think he could get it because, all the shilling and the selling of bullshit and all the negative comments about women and all the sexual undertones, try to stay away from that stuff. You guys don't think I like big boobs? Yeah, I do. But I'm not going to talk about it, right? It's inappropriate. And it's just, frankly, it has nothing to do with the mission. What is the mission? Educate people on the tools that are available right now. That is the mission. Uniswap v3, Binance, all-chain bridge, all of these different mechanisms, you can use them and learn about them. You don't have to waste all your money. Learning is the goal. The power is here. I wake up every morning, and if you stripped every dollar that I had, I would just be like, oh, this is going to be fun. I could spend the whole rest of the year having a new game plan, something else to learn, something else to do, another way to grow, another way to change. But you have to accept it all. It's a pain. Being a leader and trying to be morally good all the time, as much as you can, and try to be honest, it doesn't pay well, but you gain respect. And you gain followers. And that's why, I got 98 people in here right now, right? I've been streaming for 250 days straight. Maybe that's a lot. Maybe that's a little. Sometimes I have more, sometimes I have less. But people in this chat probably respect me because they know that I'm trying to be honest. And they know that my heart's in the right place. And I'm not begging for money. And I'm not scamming anyone or telling anyone to do anything. I'm showing people the tools on the internet. The mission is to show young men, generally, young men and women, 17 to 25, that age group that's going to be very impactful in the future. Those are the guys that DM me. Those are the people that text me or, messengers, all this stuff. They say, thank you. They're like, I can't believe this information is available. And I say that I felt the same way. When guys like Richard, when guys like Jack, and for some people, when guys like, Charles, all these guys that stepped up and started giving some information on the internet about what was actually going on around here. And Richard Hart before Hex was one of the biggest influences in my life as far as learning about liquidity, learning about finance, understanding the intimate details, because that's something that he was really, or is, and was at the time, proficient at. And I listened to him for that. But once he started talking about Big PP. I just put it on the back burner. Just let him do his thing. I'm going to do my thing. Immutable smart contracts. My T-shares can't go away. The cool thing about Hex is like when you stake it, you kind of like, you that guy. You the stakers. But lots of competition, and I'm not willing to not talk about any of it. So unbiased is the key word. It's a rough road being honest to peeps. You guys saw that. And go ahead and retweet this out and share the message, of course. Let's see what else we got in here. I've been posting funnies, man. We've been getting serious. All right. Oh, yeah, this is a funny one. So this is Buck from Fiat. Me and him are having a little thumbnail war. Let's see who won the war. All right. So Buck made this one. Broke Pleb Mountain, a Jack Levin production. Love is a force of nature. And then there's him and I think that's KDP in the background dancing, having a good time back there while me and Sam are broke, freaking. And I don't know what Brokeback Mountain is, but I'm sure it's some sort of gay undertone there, which we always think is, well, we don't actually comment on that. Or this one. Okay, so this was my original post. Day 4 making my own thumbnails. I can't think of a title for this one. Leave the appropriate title below. If you have a good title name for this, and as you can see, the NFTs right around the crotch area, you can only speculate what is under that area because, you know, it is a picture. And then we got Jack and we got Famous here, NFTs, a little bit of jokesters having a good time right there. And then, yeah, I think, and then some people were like cropping me being like a midget. And it was funny. It was all fun. And what do we have here? CZ from Binance tweeting too much like he does. Now we are safe. Jim Cramer. Do you feel reassured by Binance as I do? Jim Cramer. Jim, please don't. Okay, Jim, please don't use Binance for the sake of everyone else. Half joking, only half joking. Nobody would ever care if Jim Cramer used their platform because the volume, frankly, wouldn't make a difference. All right. So it's 12:15, guys. You guys want 15 more minutes? God damn, I got to close my window. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to play the Crypto in the Morning song one more time for the people that haven't seen it. I'm going to be right back. I need to shut my blinders on my window because it's just the sunniest day in the history. But I would like, if you hit all the buttons, I will be right back, guys. Crypto in the Morning is live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern. Are you kidding me? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to play the end song because that's going to make me feel in my heart like it's over. So I'm going to play a DeFi proof song so everyone stretch out, focus. We got 15 more minutes. We're going to close out. Smash those likes. Stretch it out. And everyone should be stretching too. Bear markets are a good time to stretch. I stretch every morning, or I try to at least. Because if you're not ready, I mean, you know, guys, DeFi Proof, he made my intro song. I support him as much as I possibly can think about it because I really like him. And I actually think he's talented instead of like a lot of these other guys, like just pretending like, I'm just going to capitalize on everything that is cool at the moment. Nope. DeFi Proof's going to do what he wants, make a cool song. I'll be right back, guys. Share this out, tell a friend, stretch it out, and we'll be right back.
Yo, Blame, you mad it? I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some Misha, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some Misha, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Stacking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. call me Mr. Vaughn, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, got the detonator. I'm killing every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
On Sam Bankman-Fried, the former high-level employee, tipping off Bahamian officials, about alleged improper payments to Alameda Research. Joining us right now is TRM Labs General Counsel, Sujit Raman. TRM Labs is a blockchain company that detects and investigates crypto-related fraud and financial crime. Sujit, it's good to have you this morning. What is your reaction to all of this and what we've heard so far about this collapse?
Yeah, very interesting news, Maria. Thanks for having me. You know, I think we're going to be seeing more information coming out as time goes on. The information that you're talking about became public yesterday through court filings, and it appears that folks who were working with Mr. Bankman-Fried had notified regulators and investigators in the Bahamas as the fraud was becoming public. So clearly there were investigations going on in the Bahamas. There have been obviously investigations going on here in the United States. Charges have been brought. So as we see these parallel investigations play out, it'll be very interesting to see what more information comes out over time.
I mean, do you think any of these investors will be made whole? Will anybody get their money back? I mean, the charges found at the end of the indictment allege that SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, and his co-conspirators illicitly contributed millions of stolen dollars to federal political candidates through Alameda Research in advance of the 2022 elections. I mean, this money was stolen. Politicians have yet to say anything about what they're going to do now, but all of these people got money from Sam Bankman-Fried and his, colleagues. And
For you youngsters in here that don't really know how all this stuff works yet, I know there's some of you guys are smart. Some of you like 16 to 21, 22, 23-year-olds. You're smart. I know you're smart, but it's when you start to learn about the power structure, you start to learn about control. You start to learn about life is nothing but these men and women being paid off by the highest bidder. Okay? These people are not your friends. They want money because they make none. They want power because they don't do shit, and they feel some sort of respect they have earned. And they just pick the highest bidder. They're shill. Like, think of like if this was crypto, Cardano, Richard Hart, everyone, that would make more sense. But these people pretend like they're for the people. It's disgusting. Had to take the suit off. Was getting a little crazy. You should start allowing YouTube ads on your channel. It's better for the YouTube algorithm. Okay. I don't know much about that, but I think I have them on my channel. I probably just get blocked by everything, bro. Guys like me generally just get the boot on it, all that stuff. So smash the like, hit all the buttons. They definitely help, guys. I have to pretty much grassroots this because I'm too real for YouTube. Let's be 100% clear.
that money was stolen.
That's absolutely right, Maria. And you know what's really interesting that hasn't been reported much yet? A lot of this money came in from foreign people, foreign sort of retail users. And so what we've essentially seeing now is the influence of foreign money on U.S. domestic political elections. So I think it is going to be very difficult for much of this money to be clawed back. That's certainly what the new management at FTX will be focused on. It's what the bankruptcy court will be focused on. I think there will be efforts to claw back funds, but, you know, are people going to be made whole? I think it's highly unlikely, at least at 100%. But I do suspect that there's going to be very hard efforts made to try to claw back that money.
Yeah, exactly. And so far, none of these politicians have said anything. What stands out to you most about this case?
Well, what's really interesting is what you just talked about, Maria. The political contributions, there aren't a lot of details in the indictment. I think part of that is because the government is probably still developing its case. Part of it is that, the U.S. had to file charges essentially to satisfy the extradition treaty with the Bahamas. And so there are also certain limitations of what they might have alleged in the indictment. But I think we're going to be seeing more information coming out over the next few weeks and months. I think people will be very interested to know who Mr. Bankman-Fried's conspirators were. The indictment here in the United States talks about conspirators. Clearly, there were other people involved who had criminal knowledge, who had criminal intent, and where was the money going? I think those are all unanswered.
I feel bad about the scumbag comment about all those guys being scumbags. I feel bad about that, and that's not even true now that I've double-checked my thoughts. But you know what I was trying to say. At the end of the day, they want to make sure that none of these guys are like completely like rogue fraudsters, like O'Leary, all these people. They want to know who knows what. They want snitches. And guys like SBF have friends, and they're all snitches. All snitches. Don't you get it twisted. They don't have any moral code they're sticking to. They're trying not to die in prison. So remember, all of this information will be public. All of it. When guys like SBF actually get behind bars, they start squealing like a pig. And everyone that's a real one knows that.
For questions at this moment, but hopefully we'll get more transparency over time.
So do you think they'll be able to prove criminal intent?
Well, that's what a lot of the evidence will be, right? The government, I'm sure, is combing through emails, through text messages. There might be human cooperators who've come in an effort to either avoid criminal liability or to try to minimize their criminal liability. So I suspect it's a very, very active investigation. It has been for the past month, and I think it's only going to kickstart into higher gear now.
Yeah, but I mean, how horrible to basically get in front of his on the record, under oath testimony. I mean, Sujit, let's face it, the Democrats run the Financial Services Committee, and he was supposed to testify this week under oath. What prosecutor would not want their subject to testify under oath? But the Democrats who run the committee made sure he was arrested before he could actually go under oath and talk about all that money that they received.
I will say, Maria, it's a little bit unusual. I think any prosecutor who's about to prosecute a case, I was a former prosecutor, I served in the Justice Department for many, many years. Typically, if somebody you're investigating is about to make a statement, and particularly a statement under oath, you want him to make that statement, right? Because it essentially cabins him in. It ties in his defense. It sort of commits him to a story. And Mr. Bankman-Fried has been talking so much, sometimes in a self-contradictory kind of way. You would think that that testimony would have ultimately been helpful to prosecutors. But I also don't want to speculate, Maria. It is hard to say. Mr. Bankman-Fried was in the Bahamas. And again, I don't have any inside information, obviously, but was there a tip that maybe he was looking to leave the jurisdiction to a jurisdiction where the United States does not have an extradition treaty? We just don't know. So it's a little bit hard to know exactly what was going on in the mind of prosecutors. Also maybe they didn't want to have Mr. Bankman-Fried out there in this penthouse, apartment, sort of freely talking about what he did when everyone knows he's under investigation. So we'll see.
Yep.
Hey, if you're into chain analysis and looking at some dirty details, these ones don't make. If you're just a long-term holder and you don't want to look at all this stuff, I would say not the best time for you to look at stuff. But I'm going to pull up the Ether scam for the whale that just sold 49 million hex for 1.161 million USD on CowSwap. So let's see what they've been doing with their money in the past week or so. Now, just remember, guys, this should be common practice in your studies. So if you have an hour or 2 or 3 or 10 like me per day where I'm just studying and looking at stuff, this is what you'll end up at a couple months down the line, maybe a year. You'll be sitting here looking at these all day. And why? Why will you end up sitting here looking at this all day? Well, let's look. So this would be Etherscan. What is Etherscan? Right? What is Etherscan? Well, Etherscan is just an absolute complete record of every transaction that is done on the Ethereum blockchain. And they have these for all blockchains, and it's public record. But people have a trouble clicking on the buttons. But you do have to learn it. So it's a little nuance. Like you got to understand, look at the numbers. If you click through it 150,000 times in a month, you'll get it. You'll understand everything. So it's really just getting some practice looking at it. Your first time around, you're not going to understand exactly. But I wanted to say that for the playback value, I guess. So let's look here. 4 minutes ago, they decided to execute a trade. I wonder what kind of sauce they were trading with today. All right, so what were they doing? They decided to get inside of that hex bag of theirs and pull out 49 million of them like it was nothing. But first you would have to know, how much does this guy even have, right? Like that could be his whole stack. That could be 1% of his stack. That could be Richard's stack. Okay? So it's critical that we kind of think on those lines. But let's get some information before we see how much of the stack they have. Let's get some information on what other things they're using and why, right? It's always a why with the big boys. Listen to me, guys. This is important. If you're paying attention and you're not know all this stuff already. Why? Crypto's all about why. When we're talking about the big boys, what are they doing and why? And sometimes it's oh so very clear. And sometimes they're making a mistake and sometimes they're not. And sometimes you got to look at it. It's 100 different angles. If this is Richard's account, then it doesn't matter. He's just dumb. I'm just saying that as a reference because he would have so much in the case where this would be a very small amount. But if it was me, or I mean, if it was someone in or I got in early, this could be their whole stack. So those two, like if this dude is perpetually dumping and he has so much hex that it's ungodly, we have to look into the details there. All right. So that's where all the FUD and the baloney comes from. So let's look real quick. Oh no, let's see what else they're doing. So they decided to trade on CalSwap for some USDC. Okay, they must have had about 1 million USDC over there. My God, I wonder how much slippage he took. Who knows? Well, who knows? But he used that for a reason, probably because he got a good rate. So he tried on Ether on UniV2 pair. He dumped 793,950 hex for 15 ETH. And then he went through the Uniswap V3 pair so he could take the rest of the money from there and get less slippage. Okay. All right. Why did he swap the Ether for USDC? 114 Ether for USDC. All right. So he's hedging himself over there too. And then he has some synthetics bullshit in here, which I don't even know what that is. I know what synthetics is, but I don't know what. Oh, SUSD. Is that some other shit? Oh, CurveFi. They might be swapping stables. Are they swapping stables? This is an aggressive ass account. Are they arbitraging stables and just dumping? Like they're kind of going in right now. And I would like guys like this. My problem that I have with Hex, my main problem with Hex is that there's a fuck ton of guys like this now, and they're all dumb as shit, and they're all like, like all that like woo, like they don't sell, nobody sells. They all sell. They all lie to you when they say they don't sell. It's a lie. Everyone's lying. Always a lie. If people are saying they're not making money, they're lying a lot. Okay, so can we just keep that 100 and we'll just start from there? Because that's just like, this is truth. Okay, that's why I was confused. I see. Is CalSwap number one? Is Stoic? Is CalSwap next level? Is CalSwap next level, bro? Because I hear CalSwap all the time. They must be. I don't have to use it unless there's a fee thing that they do it for. Because I don't really. I'm not selling a fuck ton. Looks like MEV bot trying to check at final stages. Jesus Christ. People are selling, dude. And there was like people that got hacked the other day. Were just all these end stakes were coming out, dude. Hex is having hard times. But remember, immutable, trustless. That's why we're all here still, because it's immutable and trustless code. It's not even about the fucking yield at this point. No one gives a shit. It's about it can't die. That's why, because some guys are smart enough to create things at the time that have innovation in them, which means they can't die. That would be like the new innovation, right? Like software loops, immutable code, and no admin keys. It's like the new like safe space. But what is a 99% dip from the top? I'll do it on my phone. No, someone else tell me. Come on, guys. What's 99% dip from 56 cents? I'll tell you what it is in my head. It's either 0.007 or 0.017. What are you guys talking about with the Hedron? CalSwap has pre-designed. Oh, I see. They're smoking the game. I gotta be over there, bro. I'm going to. Great. Well, great. That's great advice. Well, I mean, learning about CalSwap. At some point, I'm going to actually have money, but I'm a wrecked fucking pleb. Let's be honest. Well, I don't know what the amount is for wrecked pleb, but oh, it's a hard time for everyone, guys. Like, but when their hard times come, the difference between successful guys and guys that have limpy dick syndrome is that when the hard times come, it excites me. I get excited. I get excited when it's hard. When that girl dumps me that I liked really bad, I get invigorated. That's the male spirit. You don't have to take it to the next level and be some kind of fucking like misogynist dick all the time, but you got to use that energy and you got to want it. Like you could be in prison right now. You could be in a horrible situation in a country where you have no freedom or no rights. Use all the energy you can, but you must harness it, focus it on the right things. Whatever the right things are to you, just know it's not hedonistic stuff. It's not chasing chicks. Unless like you're young. If you're young, like there is an important part of like dating. Like, but once you get on your business grind and your mission, once you find your mission as a man, you just go. You don't ask. Everyone's going to tell you to not do it. Everyone's going to tell you you're wrong. Your family, everyone, even in the communities that you like on crypto, like they'll tell you you're wrong. Nobody wants to see you shine more than you, but it has to not be about money. If it is about money, you will fail because you can't. Like, so imagine it's like if it was about money, then I would mow my own lawn. Like I would be doing dishes right now. I would be cleaning everything and doing all the shit but no, my mission is to teach people, young people, a lot of the time, it seems like the DeFi tools that exist now so they can get ahead here. You got to get ahead here, but you have to be emotionally fit and focused because if you're not, you're going to think about everything else. There's a million things I could be thinking about right now, but I'm not. I'm thinking about right now, right here, my mission. Yeah, I wish I had more money. Yeah, I wish this was different and maybe this was. No, I really don't give a fuck. Because it's like if you write a story about yourself, don't you want it to be hard? Don't you want it to be cool? Don't you want it to be an adventure? That's how I feel. Like I want it to be an adventure. I don't want it to be easy either. That sounds shitty. So guys, I think that's a great place to wrap up for the day. I just put on an absolute rant and I hope I didn't sound like a psychopath. I always do that at the end. The mission is to teach young men about the tools that are available. I got to write that down so I can like the tools that are available. I'm not shilling. I'm not telling anyone anything to do. I'm telling people that you can mint Zen for $3 on a Sunday. You can have immutable smart contracts that produce trustless yield that can't really get you fucked over long term. Like I'm going to teach them because no one else is doing it. No one else is fucking doing it. Meet Kevin. Scott Melker's a fucking idiot. I watch his show every morning. Lazy, drug addict vibes, fucking stressed out, no value. And I comment every single day. I'm like, bring value. Start bringing value. And I go to all these guys. I tweet, I comment. Start pushing harder. I don't want to be the dude who tells everyone everything. I'm not the smartest dude in the world. Some of these guys are smarter than me at shit. But they have to focus. Remember, we were talking about the focus part. Because they're thinking about, oh, I'm going to be popular. Like Mario, for example. I think Mario's a pretty smart young guy. But he thinks somehow Elon Musk is going to make him rich by talking with him. Nope, you're just hosting a show. And everyone's going to forget about you if you don't provide some value. And I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying, like, you have to work in some way, shape, or form. Stand up for what you believe in. Tell the truth. Be honest. It can be nerve-wracking and scary sometimes to be honest about most of the stuff. Like, but just do it. Get it over with. Move forward. You're a man. You can do what you want, and no one's going to help you. Good mission. I'm going to do fucking push-ups and stuff. Crypto in the Morning live every single day. Solo streams can get out of control, man. Are you kidding me? Go to my Twitter. Hit the like, subscribe button. If you think that this is a great show, I would love if you left a comment underneath telling me any suggestions, anything that you would like the show to be better, audio differences, suggestions for equipment, suggestions for lighting, anything you think I'm doing shitty, let me know. I don't know all this stuff. I'm kind of flying solo right now. It's the bear market. It's a little sketchy, but the sketchy is what makes it worth it. If it wasn't sketchy, would GRC really want to be doing it?
You already know what time it is.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hacks and I'm making a stake. Got me some heads on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Gym ready to send me to show you the way.